Before field data is collected, it is best to set up the sites you'll be working on in ISMTrack. Although it is possible to collect field data prior to setting up sites, it requires you to take an otherwise unnecessary extra step in ISMTrack. In order to set up sites in ISMTrack, you must be a site manager. Request this level of access through ISMTrack or your state administrator to allow you to continue. Once you are assigned as a site manager, you can create a new site by clicking the Sites button within ISMTrack and choosing New Site. You will also see options to view all sites and assign users to sites. We will focus on New Site for now. It is important that you have a plan for the way you want to have your site structured before you begin creating sites and collecting field data. Sites should be designated so that the smallest property unit you would want to summarize data for would constitute a site. It is possible to create site groups to tie smaller sites together. An example would be a site group for multiple units, such as a northern and southern unit, that fall within a similar area but are managed separately. Realize that as you increase the number of smaller sites, it will take more time to enter information, so it is important to weigh the pros and cons of lumping or splitting sites. The site name field will be what shows up in the Field Data app and also the name you will use to summarize management activities within the site. Below site name, you will see Site Group. This optional field can be helpful if you have multiple sites that you want to tie together to create a group. It is possible to generate summary reports by having a single or multiple sites or site groups. The next step is to denote where your site is located on a map. This can be done by one of two ways. The first way is to zoom in on the map. Then, place a point on the center of your site using the Draw Marker function. The more preferable way is to use the Draw Polygon tool and physically outline the spatial boundaries of your site. This method is preferable because it determines the spatial boundary of your site, which will enable additional features within ISMTrack. Whichever method you choose to place your site on the map, you will see that the fields for state and county will autofill. Now is also the time to pick which users are granted access to this site. Anyone with access to ISMTrack will show up on the potential users list. But only those with access to your new site will be able to contribute and, depending on their level of access, assign management information and generate reports. The remaining fields are optional, but can be useful if you need more specific information pertaining to the site. This is especially true if the site has a specific site manager or other person designated as the point of contact and multiple people have access to the site. Once you click Submit, then you will have successfully created a site and assigned users to the site.